Hey guys, it is Thanimal, and today we're going to be talking about the Apex Weapons System holster. I have the drop-down leg. She has the just the straight belt holster. And let me actually just take it off real quick so I can show you guys. We originally got this because of this event where we're at right now. This is a place in Fremont, New Hampshire called RPC Airsoft. They also run a lot of Nerf and boffing and live action role play stuff. And we're at their event, the Compound, and so we're filming this here because it's really cool, and it's much more cool than just like my house. But here, I'll show you this up close. Now this has my Strongarm in it. It also has a jolt in here. This is this main body here is the same thing that she has on her hip. But I opted for the drop-down leg, which has this extra pad, and this, which really easily attaches to my belt. But this is very nice. You can see the quality is put into this. These are mil-spec pieces of tactical equipment, and they're just absolutely phenomenal. This stuff is very nice and soft nylon, but here these are actually hardened, formed, I don't know, nylon straps. They're really hard to move around. They're not so bendy. The same thing with this. You can see how this is squared off. These aren't loose. These aren't, these are very robust pieces of nylon that have been formed. I honestly don't know how, but they've been formed really to fit this blaster very, very well. And also, I mean, I'll just demonstrate this, that the friction fit is actually really nice. I'll try to get this thing out with the clip off. And it takes a lot of heavy shaking to get this thing out. It just fits in so nicely. And I'll get this together. I'll get this back on real quick. My friend Katie here also got one. She was the first one to get it. And yeah. So tell me about kind of when you first got one.
Well, you sent me the link to it, and pretty much the moment I saw it, I realized that this is perfect. It's basically everything that I've been looking for in a Nerf holster. It's very it's versatile because you have the drop leg option. You also have the belt hip option. It also has this very neat little feature because this was originally based off of an airsoft holster design. So it's something designed for something shaped like a real steel pistol. You have this right here, which normally would be a magazine pouch. However, it holds a jolt perfectly.
Very snug. Very snug.
And another nice feature of this, it has two ways to release it. There's the obvious clip right here, and there's also a quick release. It's held on with these snaps here, and you just pull it, and it comes right out. Which is very useful when you need to rapidly switch between weapons if your primary jams or runs out of ammunition.
Yeah, which can happen in battles, and it's oftentimes the reason why people die, because they don't have an easily accessible secondary. And I remember in the earlier days when I was always well, not way earlier days when I had like 5 different blasters and I tried to run them all together. But when I had I would just wear cargo pants to most Nerf wars, and I would have a Maverick at the time. This was before Elite. I had a Maverick just tucked away in those pockets, but those pockets were huge. They're cargo pants, right? And so they would always be running all around, and you couldn't just grab one point on your hip. It was either here or here or here or wherever. And oftentimes it would be on the ground because you're running and it would just pop right out. There's no way this is coming off. I'm assuming the only way this can really come off my leg is if you saw my leg off, and then it's just that solid. And this is very, very tight, and you can tighten this as well, right on there. So it's really great to have that consistency that you can just go down to your hip and it's just right there. And yeah, so it's just absolutely excellent. So I'm kind of wondering, why did you get just the belt holster rather than the drop down leg? I'm just curious.
Well, it's kind of hard to wear a drop leg holster when you're wearing a skirt.
Oh, that's true.
I would actually, honestly, I would have preferred, I think, a drop leg holster because I like the positioning of it. But with the costume I was going with, and I knew I was going to be wearing a skirt because it's Western steampunk. Yeah. So I felt that the belt holster was probably going to be a better option.
Yeah.
Although the nice thing about this is you can actually, this holster and that holster are identical. The drop leg is an additional attachment, and so what you could do if you order the drop leg version is you can interchange. You can use it with the drop leg, or you can take the holster off and just attach it to a belt.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I got that. Now, one of the things that's wonderful about this is, I don't know if a lot of you know, but there was this one company called Lamy Tactical, and they sold stuff very similar to this, mil-spec, very high quality. The price point was a bit high, and it's not that I didn't think it was worth it. I haven't reviewed one myself, but I've seen from a lot of people that yes, it's expensive, but it's really, really, really nice stuff. They had things like a drop-down leg strife holster, which looked awesome. That was, I believe, $42, which is more than double the price of a strife. And that's really, really expensive, And one of the things I love about this is that I saw it, I thought it was fantastic. I'm like, I'm never going to be able to afford that. This one with the drop-down leg holster is $25. The one without the drop-down leg holster is $15. And yeah, add shipping on that, but still, you're still paying less than $20 and less than $30 for these products. And it's just, the quality you get out of them for the price point is just phenomenal. I haven't seen quality products like this for Nerf of this price point pretty much ever. It's always been insanely expensive, And
that is kind of the thing about Nerf. It's how much do you really want to invest in what really boils down to a kid's toy.
Yeah, absolutely.
These are so cheap that even a kid could afford this.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. And because of the build quality of this, I know I'm going to have this until the day I die. Like, there's no way this is going to... I've already, played around with it a lot, and it's just, there's no signs of fraying or coming apart at all. It's very solidly built. I mean, this clip that goes from the belt to the actual thing is just this really hard plastic. I don't see this breaking anytime soon. And that's one of the appeals of having nice, high-quality equipment, but I wasn't ready to spend $42 on a strife holster. Which, incidentally enough, they actually have a holster very similar to this for the strife, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be buying the other one for the other hip. So I'll have a strife, I'll have this, and I'll have my primary.
Apex Weapon Systems has a whole wide range of different gear, primarily holsters. They have for the strife, Strongarm, hammer shot.
They have one for the Maverick, actually. Believe it or not, if you love your Maverick, you can get, for $25, you can get this thing and cherish your Maverick and keep it on your hip.
And they have that. They have variants that are. They have the hip holster, the drop leg, and they have the shoulder holsters that are. You can dual wield them.
Yeah.
Pull them out.
Also, another thing that's quite interesting is if you've noticed, but she has hers on her right and I have mine on my left. That's because I'm sort of ambidextrous when I fire, when I use firearms. However, I pull my secondary out from my left always, and so the greatest part is they have left and right. They have left and right holsters, and it's really great that I can do that. And I'm just excited again, and it'll say clearly on the picture, it'll say left-handed or right-handed, but they have a nice wider range of products. And I'm doing a video on this because first of all, I said to the guy I would, and second of all, I really think that this guy needs a lot of business, and I think he deserves a lot of business because he's found a way to make tactical gear affordable for us, and we need to take advantage of this because if we don't, nobody's going to buy his stuff, and he's going to stop making his stuff. And then you're gonna sit there and you're gonna be like, oh, why didn't I just fork up $25 for this sick holster? Now that some people have it and some people don't. I don't want this to be another thing that kind of comes and goes because nobody pays attention to it. So along the same lines of this and also some of the narrow-based gear, it's really high-quality stuff. Really, you guys should check them out. Obviously, I'm gonna put a link in the description. But yeah, I think, is there anything else you want to say about it?
Not really. I mean, we pretty much covered it. It's absolutely fantastic.
Totally worth the money.
If you can
totally
spare
worth it.
the money to buy it, absolutely do it.
Do it.
HVZ, NIC Wars, LARPing, cosplay, it's fantastic, and you cannot beat the price.
You can't. I can't think of anything tactical or awesome that you could add to a Nerf loadout than this. And honestly, I think I'm going to be able to do so much more with this because I have this here. Yeah, I won't ramble on because you guys have valuable time, and it's YouTube. It's supposed to be like 5 minutes or less. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to learn more about events like this and a place like this, I'll drop the link of the, in the description of NH Boffer Fighting. They do a lot of really cool stuff and a lot of really fun battles in this awesome place that we're filming at. And they've also allowed us to film here in a nice peaceful, nobody's around except for that bird. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys later. Bye!